I have two little experiences to share. The first experience is in relation to another one. I believe I shared it. I'm not sure if it was on the Galaxy Sears or the Open Skype, but it was in regards to this young girl that was in my house. I'm not sure what time period she was from. Looked like probably the Western days, like cowboys, so probably late 1800s, early 1900s, something like that. Just about. And anyways, I remember I was shown that she was murdered by somebody that she trusted and what have you. So she is kind of lost around this area where I'm at. I guess there used to be a cornfield here. Well, anyways, last night I was working, and I felt like, and I could really see somebody looking at me. I kept turning my head because the way that my desk is positioned, I can see everything in front of me. My back is against a wall, but there's also a slight angle that I'm at to where I can see into the kitchen just a little bit. I can see into our kitchen just a little bit because there's no door on this doorway. So I can see into the kitchen again. And so I kept seeing somebody looking at me. It was this impression that kept coming to my right side, and I could just kept looking and looking and looking, and all of a sudden in my peripheral vision when I was working, just typing away, I saw this person kind of walk up and just kind of look at me. And it didn't look like a little child. It looked just kind of like a all black kind of outline or something like that, almost like a shadow or something like that. And I remember it made my hair stand on end when I first saw them. But I coupled that with my awareness, or I sort of balanced that out with my awareness that it's okay. I don't need to be like afraid or like, or that it's okay to be caught off guard, but don't be like afraid. And so that kind of went away. And I noticed as that went away, they sort of started coming a little closer. They were curious about me, not in a malicious way, but more so in a just kind of, what are you doing? Who are you type of thing. And so I remember because I was working and I couldn't outwardly speak to them at the moment, I drew the NUUU in the air because again I could see them standing on my right hand side, and I really couldn't talk to them at that time because I was talking to someone on the phone. So I just took my hand and I drew the NUUU in the air, just like a silhouette, or just like you would with the pencil on paper. And when I did that, the person or the being, assuming this was this little girl, she jumped back. She jumped back like almost as if she was shocked, or she couldn't stand the light of it because the little NUUU that I had written in the air was shining gold. But when it was shining gold, she kind of jumped back, and I could see her expression sort of widen. And something told me to tell her about Rebazaar. Well, again, I'm still on the phone, so I can't directly talk to her in that sense. So I just wrote Rebazaar's name on a Post-it note, and I placed it next to me, and I pointed at it, and I kind of looked in the air because I could see where she was at, and so I kind of pointed to it. And anyways, so after that, she kind of disappeared. I didn't really see anything if she had gotten it or what the case was. But all throughout the night, even to the end of my shift, I could perceive that she was trying to play with me like a little child, that she kept hiding behind the little pillar and coming around, and almost like how a child would, they would hide and kind of stare at you to get your attention. And then when you look at them, they disappear. So it's kind of interesting because I remember this individual that's in the house used to be very kind of afraid, very, you would almost say angry, but it really wasn't anger. It was kind of like frustration. And, they would close doors and like do all kinds of stuff, sneak up on us, scare us, and different things like that. I even got scared by it one time or a couple of times. It came up behind me and yelled, or not yelled, but it said, "Psst," really loud in my ear. And I was like the cat in Tom and Jerry or something, when they run in place for like 5 seconds. I took off. That was probably the fastest I've ever ran in my life. But no, anyway, so that's how it used to be. It used to be people would perceive it as malicious, but now it's sort of coming around to where they're starting to see what we're doing, even if its own way, if it doesn't quite get it or quite understand, at least it has the at least subconscious impression of the NUUU, of Rebazaar. And of course, it's never really come around like that to where it's gotten so close, and it didn't have that kind of trickster kind of intent, or to kind of mess with us. It was actually curious this time and very open to what I was sharing with it. So that's my first experience to share.